welcome back to Satisfactory. We got episode 39 today. Should be a good one. We're going to continue our nuclear quest. And I know we probably don't have to do nuclear power, because it is a lot. But at the same time, you know, we're making videos, so I want to do pretty much everything to kind of show everybody, you know, like how everything works. Plus, I think it's just kind of fun to have a little bit of everything. I think even if I was playing on my own, I would probably have nuclear power just to have it. I don't know how crazy we're gonna get with it, but I mean, I want to do the plutonium and everything. So, where I'm at right now is over here. Here's our nuclear facility. I'm over here where the sulfur is. So we're gonna go over. I just set up some basic stuff to get stuff to the plant. I didn't set anything up there, so that'll be what we do today. I'm hoping we can power up our first nuclear reactor. That's my goal for today. We'll see how it goes. Before we do that, though, I do want to get into comments and all that, so I appreciate all the comments. I think I've gotten back to pretty much everybody. I know this, so I'm filming this ahead, and I will get back to comments next on Saturday. So I think this video will go up. Let me think. What's today? I'm filming on Thursday. This video will go up Friday, I think. And I'll get back to comments the next day. I'm traveling again for work, and I'll probably get to some comments in the hotel if I have time, but it's going to be a long day, and then the flight and all that crap. So anyways, if the worst case scenario, I'll get back to any comments on Saturday. I appreciate the patience that you guys have had with me. It's just, you know, it's just the way it is. I work 3 part-time jobs, basically, which equals a little bit more than a full-time job, plus trying to make videos every day. So I you know, and I travel a lot for work. So with baseball and all that jazz. So I do love the comments, though. They're awesome. So enough of me babbling on about that. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. The Q-creant is so here's what I'm thinking. And I know I do too many food ones, but I just, for some odd reason, they always pop into my mind. So let's say you're camping. And because I was going to go with like some sort of outdoor activity thing, but let's say you're camping and you're going to make some s'mores. Now, when you put the marshmallow over the fire, how do you cook the marshmallow? That's the Q-creant for today. Because here, I'll tell you why. Because I put it over the fire for a little while, and then I'm like, okay, it's probably good. And then I really stick it in the fire, and I light the whole thing on fire. So it looks like a flame ball. And then I blow it out pretty quick, so it just crisps the outside. And that's how I like it. My daughter hates it that way. So if we do s'mores on the fire, she needs, like, unless she's cooking her own. But you know, like, I'm dad, so I'm generally cooking them. So if I'm cooking her marshmallow, I can't do that. I have to slowly roast it over the fire the whole time until it's completely done. And then I can't light it up, and then I put it on there. Or she'll yell at me. So so let me know, like, I guess that's a couple of the ways, but how are you cooking your marshmallow for your s'more when you're camping? And also, C Money, if you tell me that you don't like s'mores, because this guy doesn't like bananas, which I thought was crazy. It's always interesting. That's why I love these questions, because it's interesting, like, hearing what you guys say. But yeah, he doesn't like bananas. And I'm like, I have a banana pretty much every day. Every day after my, like, I like to have like a smoothie after the gym. And I usually almost always put a banana in it. It's usually banana and or raspberries is kind of like my go-to for smoothies, and then like the protein powder and milk and an ice cube. But yeah, it blows me away. It's crazy. So if you tell me you don't like s'mores, man, I don't know. Anyways, okay, I think I've done my almost 5 minutes of babbling. So here's the sulfur site, right? So we're over here. This is our sulfur site. Now this site is actually going to be way cooler than I thought. So here's what I did. Just to like kind of get like the bare bones setup, hopefully going of the nuclear reactor today. I came over here and I put a miner down, and I'm just transporting sulfur back via the thingy, right? The belt. And it's getting the job done. It doesn't look pretty, but it's getting the job done. Now, here's the thing I didn't realize about over here is, and why I think it's going to be even cooler. So if we go to nitrogen gas, that is right there, which it's only 450 meters from here, that in that direction. I was worried because I think once we get to the next level, which will probably be tomorrow's episode, then this might actually be a really good central hub to get stuff into, because then we can make, I think we need nitrogen for sulfuric acid or something. We need it for something, but I forgot what it is now. We'll see later. But for something, I want to say we need to mix nitrogen, and maybe we got to mix nitrogen and sulfuric acid for something. I don't know. We'll get into it later. But either way, I think we're gonna need nitrogen. So this will be a cool hub because we can bring that here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up like a drone port, maybe like overlooking this. I think that would be kind of cool. And then we'll ship stuff. Like even this, I think we'll ship even the sulfur. And if it goes too slow, I can set up a multiple drones and whatnot. So I'm not worried about that. Plus, I think it looks nicer, and I really like using the drones. Now, the other cool thing is I think we're going to eventually need it too. So our quartz that we're mining is actually like right over there. So 450 meters this way. So this is like central put of a couple things that we're going to be needing, probably for like the next episode. So I think that'll be cool. Plus one more thing, and maybe we'll do this next episode, give the nuclear a break, and then come back for like the plutonium. But there's a pure geyser here, and we haven't like spec'd into it. But man, they look so cool. Doesn't that look cool? Like. It's I don't know. I think it just looks neat. So I was thinking of maybe messing around with that next episode and trying to set up, because I don't know what they do exactly. I'm assuming it creates power, right? So maybe we'll do that. But is this one too? Oh yeah, there's one right here too. So yeah, so I'm thinking this might be kind of a cool little like port here. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. So, all right, so this is the sulfur thing. But yeah, I think we picked the perfect spot for our nuclear site. It's kind of in between a lot of stuff of what I'm all thinking. Building up a little speed here. Setting this up was kind of a pain in the butt. And I kind of you'll kind of see it's not very pretty. And I went through some trees, but I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be going away anyways. So. Nice. All right. Let's get into more fun stuff. Okay, so again, I didn't set anything up, but I did put a couple things in place to kind of like help my brain figure out what the heck's going on. And again, I just staged a couple things. So we have sulfur right there. And then the other thing we're going to need is concrete. So we had limestone right there. If you remember from when we were scouting the place out, limestone is just right on the hill over there. So that's a super cool spot. All right, next thing I did is I fixed up the water. I made it look nicer, but it also works better by looking nicer. What helped me out was, let me see, can you see? Do I need the light on? So what I did was I put the supports down first. So I made some even supports there, and then you can kind of see I angled the supports kind of, you know, like via the angle of what's going on here. So I put down some of these, and then if you put those down, you can angle them, you know, like ahead of time. So I did that, and then I did the piping from there, and it you can see it just basically evened it out quite a bit. And then I double pumped it. I don't think I have to. If I don't, I think I can get it at about 45 meters. With the head lift, but you can see if I don't, you know, we're running 17, and then I can put this one lower, and 35, right? So we're getting max water up there. Now here's what else I did. So I'm thinking if we shard out 2 reactors, one for uranium, one for plutonium, and I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm just kind of thinking ahead. So we're going to have, at least right now, we have way more water than we need, but we could end up needing this much. So this is without sharding any, but it lets me use this whole water plant down here, which I think is super cool. And then this one I had to kind of put at the end there so they all fit. But this right here, okay, will give me So they're 120 without sharding any of them, right? So that's 120, 240, 360, 480, 600, right? So that's 5. And then that would be what we need for 1. And then I got 10 altogether, right? There's 5 on each side. So we're pulling in 1,200 water per minute. And it's not even sharded. So if we really get crazy, we can do more. Plus, there's actually a big giant lake like right up there. So if we really need more water, I think it'll be pretty easy. But these are all full, so we're gonna get some water going down there today. And then like I said, we got the limestone going in. One thing I did do is I moved those. Ow! I stopped and kill myself. I moved those back a little bit. So we'll pull them up here when the time is right, but you know, having the radiation around you at all times kind of sucks. So, one thing I did find out is if you like move something and you get uranium on you, don't. I think it's a bug, but don't sort your inventory. So I had to look it up because I'm like, I don't have uranium on me, and it's not going away. And I think what I did was I sorted my inventory once it was on me because I was moving it from this big box to that box, and almost died. Well, not almost died, but I used quite a. I think I went through like 20 of these while I was trying to figure out what was going on. So, anyways, all right. So I think let's get going. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's kind of an overview of what's all going on. So here's what we're ultimately looking to do, right? Uranium, concrete, sulfuric acid. Now, concrete's no issue. Sulfuric acid. So for sulfuric acid, we're going to be running that through here, which is the sulfur and water. Now, here's the interesting thing. I have a lot of water there, but that's kind of my reserve for the reactors. So to make this sulfuric acid, right, it's going to come out of here, and then it's going to go through here and come out of here, which is interesting because then we have like, they give you like leftover sulfuric acid, so I'm probably going to pump that back around here and just put it back into the system. But what I think we need to do, and again, I'm going to have to, do I want a buffer of that? I think I do. So let's do, I like the buffers, as you can probably tell. But if I set them up, then we can have a buffer of sulfuric acid going into our thingy. Now, we shouldn't need any pumps. So here's another cool thing about this place. So I'm like, oh man, there is a little river that runs through here. And if I finagle it to where it's just like right there, I can get one of those. I don't think I can get another one in anywhere in here. But like right there, that was money. So again, if I need more water, I might just have to shard this one. But all right, so let's get a building. And I'm not quite sure if I want to just kind of like run this pipe along the water is kind of what I was thinking. Let's see. I wonder if I do. I know I'm taking some nuclear damage, but that's not damage, but it's all right. I got my stuff on. I wonder if I do like. Will this work? I kind of want to like get it in here. I think that's gonna be cool. Maybe if I. Oh yes, right there. And then we got Turnit coming in here. Come on. Come on, baby. Surface 2 uneven. Oh yeah, it doesn't like that, huh? That should be fine. We're just gonna run this right through this little river. I think that'll be kind of cool. And then, I might just move that. Hold on, let me. Again, a lot of this stuff is getting moved. I'm just trying to make things work at the moment. You know, so like water is gonna be going, or like the water. Maybe there. Is that gonna be too far? might be. Yeah, it is. I can move you though. Let's move you like over here. I think that was about okay. Yep. There we go. Yeah, I got a feeling this will be quite the project when it comes time to make it look nice. But, you know, for right now, it's easy enough. All right, so yeah, I shouldn't need... I don't think so. I don't think I'll need any pipes. Or, not pipes. Pumps. No! Hate you. Need this and that. Set you up right there. And finally, we'll turn you on. It's already kinked, man. That's crazy. Like, why is that kinked? Oh, maybe it's not. Might have just taken a second to get pumping. Yeah, I guess they are like bigger pumps, and they do take a while to fill up. All right, so let's give that a second, and we'll see how it turns out. So we got our fluid buffer for our water up here, and then let's see. So sulfuric acid is going to go into there, from there, and it's going to make more. So if I do... Let me think here. So that's going to come out there and there. Yeah, I definitely like this setup for these. Because then I can pump each one into this and then pump it back. I guess let's just see how that looks. Gonna be changing it all anyways. Alright, so you would go there. And then you would go into there. Ah, jeez. Yeah. Okay. So that should pump in our sulfuric acid. Then the exported the sulfuric acid that's coming out of that thing will go back into here, so that'll all run full circle, so I won't have any waste on that. I wonder if I guess I've never noticed that. Does, like, the darkness mean that that's like a tough spot for the pipe? Maybe. How are we looking here? Yeah, so we're starting to fill up. So yeah, I think it just took a little bit to get the pipes filling up here. Yep. And then just a little buffer. There we go. All right, let's let that fill up for a little bit. I do want the water full. I like having the water full before I do anything. Let's get you running. That should fill you up with water. There we go. So yeah, that thing can hold 50. All right. I think we're looking pretty good. I don't think we need a pipe, or I don't think we need a pump. We'll see if this fills up. Flow rate. Yeah, we're flowing pretty good. Okay. And then this thing is gonna need sulfur. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do a little bit of this. So I'm just gonna put in. Now, if I do that, is it gonna be at like a weird angle? Yeah. So if I can, let me see. Maybe I can delete you. All right, and then I'm gonna want like maybe one like right. Just want it to go across. Yeah, like right there. Okay, so I need you to go this way. Very nice. Then you're gonna go this way. Yep. This will all change. I'm not gonna say that again. I know I keep saying that, but I just want people to know that it's gonna be not stupid looking eventually. Okay. You're gonna go that way. No, are you going the right way though? I think so. Went out that way. Oh wait, yeah. See, I knew I had to reverse it. Wish I could reverse it from here. I don't think I can though. That'd be cool. Ah, all the radiation. There we go. Oop. It's so much easier setting those up from the... I've really gotten into using like mergers and splitters a lot just to almost make stuff flow better, I guess. I mean, yes, flow better, but also like look easier. All right. Water's a humming. That's good. We'll get sulfur going in there in a second. I think we can get you up and running. We need you for something. I forgot what it is, but we'll see in a second. No. I think I need to get that over here. Yeah, we need concrete over here. Okay. So... that should work. Should work for now. I'm gonna do one of those. And that way. That'll be where we send our concrete in. Okay. That and that. All right. Uranium's gonna go in there. I'll probably just put like a merger here. I need a merger back there actually too. Wonder if I do when I lift it above here. I might merge it back here and then send it up there. I think that'll be good. All right. Yep. And then what I can do is it should go long enough to there. I can send like put one there. Maybe. Oh, hold on. We need this to go a little higher. Let's do let's go over that. No, we're zigging and zagging here, but I think that'll look good. This might be unnecessary, but oh yeah, it's too long. Dang it! Kind of like having a bridgey thing there. Let's see. If I do there, I think that's good. Wait, hold on. Man, wish it would show me the... No. So, oh yeah, that's the way we want it. I think if I put one like here, and I move you over there. Nope, see, it's go backwards. What the crap? That's just gonna give me some clearance so I can walk around here. That's kind of just my whole thought process behind that. Not trying to make it look super clean or anything, but just getting it done. Wait, does that make sense? I guess. I don't know how high this one's gonna be. I guess it's kind of fun playing around with like new ways of doing things. Stuff is... Which one do I have wrong? Are you wrong? You're wrong. Okay, hold on. We'll get there eventually. Wait. Merger. Oh, put the freaking merger backwards. Yeah, idiot. Like, one of this isn't working. Man, you know, I've played this game quite a bit now, and I still do that sometimes. You would think I wouldn't anymore, but I definitely do. Alright, good enough. It's getting the job done. We'll make it look pretty later. Okay. So uranium's gonna get sent into there. Let's see how our water's looking. Concrete will get worked up. Do I have concrete set already? Yeah, I do. Okay. Water's full. So now all we should have to do is connect the uranium and then also getting the sulfuric acid going. Let's do sulfuric acid and concrete. We'll get this baby humming. And then we'll fill up uranium last. Do I have things over here? I don't. Let me put a couple of these over here. And obviously this will... I'm probably planning on doing my whole wall thing eventually. But... okay, let's put you just like right there for now. That'll give us a little more oomph. A little more range. Okay. Okay, good. Let's get everything... let's get some things a-flowing. We gotta set up... I think we gotta set up a waste system, which I'm hoping you can just... if you can sink waste, that's probably what we'll do at least to get started. Alright, so here's our concrete. And we're just going base numbers to start. So 15 a minute on the concrete is what we're making right now. So that's fine, I guess. We'll increase those as needed. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need a sink because the other thing I got to start worrying about is like stuff overflowing and all that. But let's not worry about it quite yet. All right, so let's get you in there. You're gonna go that way. Okay. All right. So sulfuric acid should be humming along. Just to let's see, what do we got here? I got a yellow one. Here we go. We'll go yellow for sulfuric acid. Okay. Filling her up with the acid. Okay. Now let's look at our numbers here. So we're needing 40 a minute, and this is giving us 50. Okay, so we should have plenty there. That's good. We'll kind of want to balance all that out the best we can. We don't want excess fluids. Okay. Now let's see what's going to happen here. So this is going to produce our encased uranium cell. Where's my... production paused. Why is it not filling up with that, though? I don't remember clicking that. That's what I've done. I know I did that once, I think, when we were setting up the aluminum thing, and it took me like 20 minutes to realize that I accidentally just like clicked this. All I'm doing is I'm hitting this, like the off-on button. Okay. All right, so that's about ready to go. Now these are gonna go out of here. Yep. So here's our uranium cell. Okay, so now here's where we need to set up our import-export from the nuclear facility. Which I think I'm going to set it up. I wish I kind of knew more, you know, a little better what space I'm going to need for everything. So I think I'm going to do it over here. But at the same time, I think it would be cool to incorporate that one over here, which I might do eventually. Because what do I usually like to do? Oh, wait, where did that? I don't remember doing that. Yeah, if we come over here, we got our whole our train stuff, but I don't know if I want to have it quite extended over this far. guess we have the one over here, and it's kind of doing its job already. I don't know. Maybe endgame build-ish will change some of that. And I have an assembler there because this is going to be, yeah, once we get into the plutonium stuff a little bit more. Okay. Do I wanna? I might have to bust some stuff out here. Let's get some clearage here so we can see what's all going on. And maybe one more over here. Yay. Ah, what the crap. Alright, we'll get that stuff later. Okay. So... you're gonna have to go. So I'm thinking... where's a good spot to have this? Like, middle-ish of this thing? Or maybe just over here? Ooh. That was close. Ah, crap. It's probably not gonna hit it, is it? Ah, I still got it. Alright, good. Okay, so, import-export. Let's get that up and running. That'll be probably a big part of the episode today, is just setting this up. Let's see. So I'm gonna want 2 squares across. I don't remember exactly how long it is, but it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. I should have all the drone stuff on me as well. So let's start over here. We're gonna put in an export one, just to have it. I don't know if we're gonna be. Are we gonna be exporting anything over here though? Maybe eventually. Well, let's set it up. The other thing I gotta keep in mind is I'm gonna want something to the sink, but we'll worry about that later. All right, so now I need you to be 3 long. Okay, that gives us a double space here, and then we can put in our drone port here, which we want going that way. And we want you a little more, and a little more. All right, and that looks pretty good. I have jetpack on, right? Yeah. All right, yeah, like that. Excellent, excellent. And then I want my 2 rows to do stuff with. And then this will be, so this will be for our fuel drone. Oh man, gotta clear the throat there. Pretty sure that muted. If it didn't, it's probably gonna be annoying for everybody. My fault. Pretty sure it did though. Okay, so now this one. We want. Is it there? Oh, a little over. There. There. East. Beautiful. Okay, and then let's see. So these are gonna go up to here. Ah, you suck. Man, it is a pretty wide thing now that I look at it. Now that I'm giving myself 2 squares of space to set that stuff up. Okay, so that's our setup for that. I might do... Oh, my fault. I might do... What's a good, what do you see at nuclear sites? Probably like something like this. I'm just gonna kind of, just to help myself remember, this is that's the start of the drone port. All right, and let's see. 2, and then it's gonna go over. Yeah, being able to set this up in the blueprint, I feel like would be pretty sweet. But I feel like people agreed with me, because I haven't really used them much, but just the fact that, yeah, it probably wouldn't work. All right, that's good. That's good. Yep, got our little overhang there. All right. Good deal, good deal. Because what do we need to start importing? The industrial beam. And I just think importing this is going to be easier because they're already being made. Those control rods are not being made very fast, though, I will tell you that. And 2 per minute is definitely not how fast we're pumping them out. So we're going to have to look at some efficiency things, which I have started to do. But yeah, I gotta do more, definitely. Okay. So we want... Let's see. So importing we can bring in right through here. Ooh. Yeah, that'll be fine too. So this one's gonna be nuke material import. Okay, this one's gonna be nuke fuel. Do I want to put? Yeah, should be fine for now. Okay, and then this will be our export in case we eventually need it. Oh, hold on here. Nuke fuel. All right, nuke material export. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is maybe like a fuel. But I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't use any power if I'm not doing anything with it, so that'll be fine. Let's see. Now I need to set up. We need to get our fuel going to everything. Which I'm sure we just did that. Now, have I been using? I think I have, right? Just these as the centerpiece. Yeah, so then that goes there. Yeah, it's eventually going to need to be split, maybe. So it's going that way. And then we set up our little bridge here. Then we can get our materials going through here. All right, that should be good. And then this one's gonna go over to here. How do we do that? I think. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's see. Gotta think. Think. All right, so this one, right, it's coming out of there. And then we want you there. Okay. And again, I'm just kind of future-proofing it with all the splitters and whatnot. Oh, in case I need to do something later with that. And then, yeah, that's good. All right, so kind of our standard-y setup. Oh, you know what? I don't have batteries on me, do I? That sucks, butts. Ah, man. Maybe I can go steal some from that thing over there. I bet I can. Where am I? Am I in the wrong thing here? Thought I set you up correctly. Oh, wait. No, never mind. I was thinking it was coming out of there when I set that up. Just kidding. Okay. Fuel will be coming out of there. We want it going in there. We're going to fuel ourselves up and fuel up everything else. All right. Fuel setup is looking good. I don't think I have any batteries on me. Let's go see if there's any over here. Well, they could go up top, but... yeah, dang it, I don't have any. Okay. Going up top, that would be a pain in the butt. I'm gonna probably have to fly home and get some batteries. Alright, well, let's get everything else set up quick. But then we can go home and set that part up. Okay, so... this will be... we'll need a drone here. Let me double check and make sure I have... yeah, I got time. Okay. Let me look at something else here. Okay. Alright, so... drone. I am missing a portable miner. Make one of those quick. Alright. Transport a drone. Bingo. And then the nuke fuel one, you are going to be going to our fuel station. Where's my fuel station? Drone fuel depot. There we go. Okay, now. Man, I wish I had some batteries on me. That would make it a lot easier. I guess we can power you up. So you start getting batteries as soon as... well, I bring them back, but... yes, beautiful, beautiful. I wonder if I could do... no, I'm just gonna give it batteries. I can't remember if you can feed them turbo fuel or not. Okay, so then... this is where we're going to be sending stuff into. So we need to make sure this one's set up. And this one's going to go... and some of the stuff's going to get fed into there. So as far as an import, I'm wondering... I might set up a couple of these. Where do I want to set this up? Maybe we'll set it up like right here. Okay. Stuff will go across the factory over to there for at least right now. And then it would be... there's stuff coming out here. I need to send that to a splitter, don't I? A smart splitter at that. Actually, probably a programmable splitter. So this is where we, if we run into extra stuff, I want to have it kind of ready. So if we go programmable, can't see what the other stuff there. Okay. All right, where's my halfway point? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Oh, that's way too close. There, let me put you there. One of the nice things about... yeah, it's easy peasy there. Okay, so we're going to be bringing in industrial beams and electromagnetic control rods. So let's do... nope. Can I click on it? There we go. Let's do industrial beams, and we said control rods. All right. And then we are going to have an overflow eventually. Okay, so that should do that pretty good. So we got a left. Well, yeah, because I think that'll be over there. So that'll probably work. And good enough. I just left them on straight. That's fine. Okay, so then you're going to come out here. Yeah, I see the straight shot. Okay, good enough. Now, those should be good. So beams, and then we got the one coming from over there. So let's do... I think I will do straight for this one. All right, hold on. Yeah, we don't have the uranium going in yet, so that'll be the last thing we add, right? How does that look? Holy crap, straight. That's just pretty good. All right, so everything's chugging along. Now we just need to go set up the bit where we set up what's coming over here back home. So I'm gonna go do that and grab some batteries, and we'll see everybody once I get back. Okay, we should be all set up. I should just have to put the drone in here, and then I think we should be off and running. So let's make that. We got our drone. There we go. So I made, and I'll go backwards through what we're doing here. So this is the airfield nuclear exports. We got that. We're fueled up. That baby should be going back there. Our splitter, right, we already had all this set up. So we want the industrial beams and the control rods going into there, which basically if you go through our chain... oh, I forgot to add that here. One's gonna get mad I'm not using the typing system. Alright, so control rods are going straight ahead. Our other stuff's going to the right for this facility. And then, I think we just got to... Which one is it? I think control rods are over here. I'm gonna grab me a stack just to have them for when we get over there. But here's our control rods. So we should just have to connect you to you. Now that should be off and running. And then also over here, I added our control rods there. Yeah, otherwise I think that's pretty solid. I do kind of want to add the beams there, but I don't know. Just in case they accidentally get around. So that's that. And then obviously same thing I did over here. I adjusted the splitters to where, because our industrial beams are down there. So those should be, well, you saw them in the export area. So those are all up and good. All right. Let's go see if we can make some power. Let me put you on. Oh man, big moment. And then from there, obviously, hopefully we get it up and running. The next thing will be looking at efficiency and plutonium and all that jazz. I'll probably do like efficiency stuff off camera, and then next episode we'll probably go to wherever our sulfur thing is, and kind of look at that. Maybe we'll play around with geysers a little bit. Okay, yep, so there we go. So you can see our drone's ready to land, but we don't have anything set up for him yet. Well, we have it set up, I guess, so I can just get that going. So let's do that, and we'll do that. There we go. Now he's getting ready to land. All right, let's see if we didn't mess anything up. There is no... What are we doing here? Not enough fuel. Oh, yeah, that's right. I gotta drop our batteries in. How many does it take to get up there? Not too sure. Let's do... It's really close. It shouldn't be that many. Let's do 25 there. And round for trip. Okay, yeah, so he'll have plenty. More will come in there. And then I'm gonna put the rest in here, just to have them in here. Oh, there we go. All right, so he should have dropped a couple things off. Yep, and he did. Beautiful. Woo. All right, beams, check. And I brought over... Oh, crap. I put up control rods. Check. Okay, so we've got beams and control rods. And then we didn't put the uranium in yet, so we should be okay. The uranium. So now you are making uranium fuel rods, which will go into you. So we need to get our water down here and get a fuel rod in there. Waste output. I think I'm gonna sink for now, at least. Let me see if I put like a sink in here, maybe that'll just be fine for now. Obviously, we'll be moving that. And then let's set up our... Okay, so that's going in, so you're coming out. Okie dokie. Whew. All right, now we just got to get water going in there. Water... I don't know where we want to put these water things. I tell you what, let me get the water going down here and set up from up there, and then I think we'll plug everything in and see if we can make it work before we go. Well, the moment of truth is upon us. All right, so I'm gonna go over everything real quick. We should just have to hook up the uranium, but I think we're looking okay. So we're starting here. We got the sulfur and water making the acid. That's coming out, also being mixed with the excess acid from here, which, you know, just reusing it. We got our limestone making concrete. So over here, concrete, sulfuric acid, and uranium is going to make our cells, which are getting sent over to here. So we'll have our cells here, and then we're importing our beams and our control rod, so that should be up and running. Looking pretty solid there. And then that is going to make our uranium fuel rods, which is going to get sent into here. We also have that combined with water. Again, I'm going to clean a lot of stuff up, but then here's our power plant. So, and then we got waste coming out of here, and hopefully I can sink the waste. But yeah, so that is that. So again, I'm going to make everything more efficient, but I feel like the goal was we just want to get, you know, it running at the minimum. So the uranium should be set up. Well, let's see how this works. Yep, and I think I'm going to need... maybe if I do... maybe that'll be, like, long enough. And I'm taking some damage. Yeah, let's try that. How are you looking? That's fine. Alright, uranium coming in. Oh, Nelly. Doesn't go through the floor, does it? No, I think we're good. Alright. Oh, gross. Alright, let's see how we're looking. Oh, man. We're moving. How long does that take? 25 minutes. Oh, okay. So, yep, there they are. Ooh. No power. Okay. We'll hook that up. Where's a close one? Guess that'll work for now. All right, so we need 50 of them to make one fuel rod. All right. Let's let this baby work for a second. You can tell there's just radiation everywhere. I'm gonna have to make more of these, like, things. You can tell I think I went through like 20 of them in this episode. Just moving around and doing stuff with things. Okay. Oh, baby, come on. We got 20. 25. Is it popping out 5 at a time? Okay. Yeah, we're making enough stuff where we can pop them out a little bit more. Yeah, I think before I do that off camera, I'm gonna go home and make a bunch of these thingies. What is it, like an iodine filter or something like that? Okay, 15 more. Well, I guess while we're waiting for that, we can talk about next episode. I think once this is up and running, I think we can do something with that waste. So we're gonna probably try to do that. I know we're already kind of running out of room, but I haven't really utilized the space the best. So we'll kind of see how I adjust from here. I might just put another one right there. Yeah, not too sure yet. We'll see. We'll see how much space everything takes. But yeah, now that I understand this setup, I might move everything kind of back this way a little bit, because we're pretty spaced out, a little more than we need to be. We'll worry about that in a little bit. Ooh, all right, here it is. We're making a fuel rod. 0.4 per minute. Holy buckets. Holy cow, it took a second. I think we're about to do it. There it is. Oh, that looks sick. Nice. That's cool. And it's done. So, burning fuel. Okay, so it goes for a ways. Uh-oh. 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 Okay, that's not good. I definitely was hoping that would go in there, but it does not appear to. It's uranium waste. Buddy. All right, new plane. Let's see. Yeah, for now. That sucks. Crap. Nope. What is this? This is a merger. Let's see. I'm definitely gonna have to fix this pretty quick. Just a quick little get me by. Okay, so our waste should go into there. Ah, crap. Alright, yeah, I'll have to figure out what to do with that. We're taking a lot of radiation now that stuff's there. So we're still burning fuel, okay. How close are we to making another rod? Not too bad, okay, so we should be able to keep that up, I think, with what, at least what we got. And then we can charge stuff. Yeah, I kind of want to check out this last one, and then we'll probably call it here. Okay, let's check it out. So fuel rod just went in there. Yep, 0.2 per minute is what it's consuming, and we're making 0.4. Okay, so we got some leeway there. And again, I'll make everything a little bit more efficient off camera. I'm going to figure out something to do with that. I'll probably put it all over there. That's kind of what I'm thinking. But otherwise, I think we're going to call that one here. So we've got our first nuclear power up and running. I would say very exciting. It looks really cool. So next episode, I think we're going to have to figure out what to do with that. But I think that'll be fun. I think that'll give us a nice challenge to kind of develop some plutonium stuff is what it seems like. So come on back for that. In the meantime, check out the link for the Discord in the description. A lot of fun stuff going on over there. Otherwise, with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Go out there and be a good person. It's not that hard, and I will see you on the next one.